And so I was in that. I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm going to focus and create this ebook, right? And then I would go to focus and I would just like start to go on Instagram, or I would like start to self-sabotage, or I would start like wandering in my mind, or I would start to like make an excuse to go to the kitchen, get a snack, or I just would start to like sabotage it, right? So what you want to do, true focus, it doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes or if it's 5 hours. If you just have unwavering focus for an amount of time, you can get more done than 90% of the people. So what I mean is, let's just say you realistically can only be focused for 2 hours. Like that's just what it is. You have kids, or maybe you're in a relationship and like your spouse wants attention, or maybe you are, working long hours and you know that, okay, I can really only focus for 1 hour. But go hard with that 1 hour. Okay? Go hard with that 1 hour. No internet. Put your phone on do not disturb. No snacks. Close yourself up. Put on your concentration music, piano music. Like for some reason, piano music, whenever I'm hearing it, kind of like very little, like very low in the background, it like keeps my brain stimulated without like knocking me out of focus. It actually pushes me into focus. So I know what works for me. So if I'm like, look, today I'm going to do my ebook, but I know that I only have about an hour and a half in me. So I'll even set an alarm and the phone will be away from me. No one can call me. No one can talk to me. And to be honest, even if there was an emergency and my phone was on silent, I'll know in 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you really got to like just lock in, like, oh, well, what if someone calls? You can't be available to everybody all the time. Like, remember, if you're like an older millennial and up, we all remember the time where you weren't available to everybody. Like you kind of just had to bump into somebody at the grocery store. You had to page them, or and then, yeah, we had cell phones, but it was like, there wasn't this urgency to like, I have to text them back right now. Like it just wasn't, we're so like driven by bells and whistles and notifications and feeling like we have to like be available for all that. No, turn off all the notifications. So if it's only 30 minutes, let it be the most highly effective, focused 30 minutes. And I guarantee you, because instead of, this is what people do, and I did this too. This is how I learned to like start to like really harness my focus. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to work on my ebook and listen to a podcast. So, so I'm casually working on my ebook, and then I'm listening to podcast after podcast after podcast, and then I'm pausing and my focus is broken. Pausing, focus is broken, pausing. So then it'd be 5 hours, and then I only did like half of one of the steps. But if I would have just locked in for 40 minutes, one step would have been knocked out 100%, and I can just move on to the next step. So just be really real, dial in, like be highly focused for that 38 minutes that you're committing to. Okay? You can do it. Like don't be so beholden to the internet or beholden to social media or beholden to other people that you can't block out 38 minutes for yourself to have laser focus on one thing and get, even if it's like step one, but like there's three bullets in step one. We'll try to like commit yourself. Okay, in this 38 minutes, the first little, like, if it's step one and then there's A, B, C, A is going to be done today. Like 1A is not going over to the next day. Like that is done. What do you pay attention to? Get more of, it's important to structure. What you pay attention to, get more of structure, I don't know why. Get more of, so it's important to structure your life. Yeah, absolutely. That is huge. Like if you are, see, there's so many things. Again, remember when you're doing this, you're going to learn about your journey. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. So during this, and again, for those of you that are hopping on, I'm happy to answer any questions, anything that you guys have. So when you're on your journey, you may find that you need to declutter your house, right? Like it could be you manifesting like something about stocks, but like in that journey, you're like, okay, well, I need to get more organized. Okay, why am I not organized? Okay, well, I feel like I have so much to do around the house. Okay, well, let's just focus on the house then. Like, right? Like you need to just like purge some things out of your house. I went through that journey about 4 years ago with my mom and my grandma. She passed away. And so, but she passed away last year, but leading up to her passing, the purging had to happen, right? So like, I didn't even think about an ebook. I didn't think about my YouTube. I didn't think about, no, I just was like, my life and my mom's life and my grandma's stuff that she's going to end up like leaving behind as she transitions, that all needs to be sifted through. There was over a century of stuff, you guys, over one whole century, 100 years of stuff from my great great grandma that all was going to fall onto me and my mom. And so before I could even dream big or think about my YouTube or think about starting a business or thinking about an ebook, so just to let you know, like, things, as you're manifesting your desires and writing out lists, and you're going to start to see what else is taking up time in your life. Like, are you going to happy hour getting hammered? Can you not wait for Friday night so you can get it popping at the club? Can you can't, itching to go to the bar? Like, then you got to like get in front of yourself why you're doing that. Like, is it not worth your time invested in yourself to like just maybe not go to the bar for a month? The bar's always going to be there. There's always going to be a drink at every corner. Like, just scale back a little bit and like give yourself a fighting chance to really start to attack this. So again, I'm happy to answer any other questions that you guys have. So you execute each step and then it's done. Complete. Literally, that's it. That's it. Now, there is some things like, now if you're wanting to do this for like a relationship, there's obviously going to be some things out of your control. Like, you can't just like, okay, well, now at the end of 2024, I expect to have a boyfriend, or expect to have a girlfriend, I expect to be married. Well, like, of course that's in God's hands, or, you have to meet the right person. But what you do have control over is yourself, right? So you're turning into the person that is a perfect person that would be a great partner. Maybe you're not happy with like your physical appearance. Okay, so your physical appearance is, you're stepping that up. Maybe you're not, maybe that you have like issues with like just being hot-headed or argumentative, or you just have like a lot of trauma. So you can control that. So even though you may not, at the very end, you may not, you may be at the end of 2024, and I'm just saying in general, like using this formula for that, but you will be such a great candidate to be with somebody that like, you're just gonna be so happy that you're like leveled up in life. You're not gonna even worry about a partner, and then all of a sudden they just blip into your life. That's how it usually works for most people. Okay, so you said, also, it's good to ask yourself, what has to die for you to become a new version of yourself? The feeling of the old. That could be distractions such as addictions, bad habits, friends. My life changed completely when I started working out. You learn a lot. I love it. Same here. When I lost 30 pounds 8 years ago and never gained it back, I learned so much about myself, and I learned about my body. I learned about my soul, learned about my mind. I learned about how I tick, like, going into like, as you continue to go into each decade of your life, new things are happening, right? New problems, new responsibilities, new things. So fitness really helped me out with that. And my spirituality journey, I've always been spiritual since I was born onto the planet. I have a mom that is Black, and I have a dad that is Punjabi, and he practices Sikhism. So I wasn't escaping spirituality or God or any of that. But my own personal journey started 10 years ago. So that spirituality and fitness really changed the game for me too. But it does, you're so right. You learn a lot about what you have to cut off. And a lot of times, like, you may think you want something and you're willing to cut off everything else but that one thing to like have this over here. But like, this is what's keeping you. So it's the thing you actually enjoy, right? So say, for example, like mine was sugar. I was obsessed with sugar, still am, but I'm able to keep it at bay now. And like, I was like, okay, well, whatever. Like, instead of having dinner, I'll just have my donuts. Like, that's, I'll just swap out the calories. And I was like, looking in the mirror, and I just was like, I just keep not getting to my next level because I just refuse to admit that I cannot have a lot of sugar. Like, I have to go months and months without sugar. And that's just what it is. And so once I finally like got over that and just admitted that to myself, I was able to like start to get the body closer to what my dreams, you know, I'm still on that journey of what I want to look like. But like I'm so happy with myself, and it was because I actually left sugar alone for, you know, I just buckled down. What else are you saying? How would you describe your spirituality? So this is me personally. I don't put any of my beliefs or any of my ideologies or any of my experiences or the way I view spirituality on anybody else. A lot of times when I speak about God, I'll notice in the comments people will like talk about the Bible and talk about Jesus and talk about, well, God is the only way, or the Bible is the only way, or Christianity is the only way. Well, from my lens, just to give you guys a quick backstory about me, I'm half black, half Punjabi. I don't know of any other mix that is like such a rare, unique mix. So like not a lot of people can vibe with me or empathize with me, right? Like I don't have the journey of like a half black, half white person or a half black, half Mexican person. Those mixes are all over the place, especially in California. But being black and Punjabi is a very like